think the key to managing your remote workers is to get over the fact that you can't see them, and that judging a person's output is not about judging whether they showed up. Like, I think one of the things that when I look back at myself early on, I used to be very concerned with whether people were in the office. It used to stress me out when people were late. And then one day I realized actually that had no correlation with output. Output was much more about engaged people who were understood what they were trying to do and the context, and understood goals, and those things are correlated to output, like time of arrival, time of departure, bum on seat. Maybe there's some correlation, but I don't think it's causation. With managing a remote staff, you have none of those things. You can't see them. You don't know what they're doing. It's purely about the outcomes and the output and the results. I think that's maybe the most important thing. There's a lot of stuff you need to think about in terms of, if you have a remote workforce, keeping them engaged in terms of communications, and especially if you have a local workforce and a remote workforce, which is the situation that we're in. It's really, really easy, if you're not careful, for everyone who's in the same place to just like forget about the people who are far away. It's just like, I don't know, human nature. You're just like, even with the best of intentions, it's just really easy to forget people who are far away, and so you have to like force it. I find, generally speaking, it's best if a whole team is remote, rather than a couple of people and a few people together. And if you do have a mixture, then you just need a lot of discipline around it. I think there's some trickiness around like you need to be more proactive, I suppose, in doing some of the things that, like, you know, if you're seeing a person all the time, you can tell if they're happy, or you can tell if they're doing okay. But if the person's remote, you have to just more proactively ask, have those conversations. Otherwise, you know, who knows? Sometimes you get staff who you just don't realize, but they're struggling or disengaged or whatever it is. So I think you just have to amp up on some of the things which are actually important to do as a normal manager.